discover who you are. We were
Yeah.
talking about, or we often talk about, the evolutions we went through, he and I, and are still going through. And he was saying stuff like, I've changed so much and I'm not the same person, and this person doesn't really recognize me. And so it's talking
Mm-hmm.
about, being genuine and things like that. And there is a difference between kind of putting up a fake front to impress the person you're with, and then just allowing yourself to change because of the situation and everything is changing. And it's just adapting to each other. And as soon as it's not even, we're talking about relationships, but it's not even about relationships, just different people around you will make you act differently, and
Mm-hmm.
that's fine, and you
Yeah.
just own it. And then you just want to you want to recognize who are you the best version of yourself with, and who brings out the worst in you. So, for example,
Yeah.
about a year ago now, um well, more or less, I realized that I was in this friendship where she a lovely girl, honestly, very, very nice. And I realized that she and I were so different, and she was very judgmental, still a lovely girl, but quite judgmental. And I found myself in a couple of lies, and I thought, oh, why am I doing this? Why am I? And it didn't feel great. And so I just got myself out of this friendship because I didn't want to be lying to her, but I still didn't want to be in a friendship where I felt judged and I had
Yeah.
to justify myself. So yeah, so it's just, being observant of who you are when you are with these different people, and just do you like this version of yourself?
Yeah. And it's true. I feel like we think about it now. I feel like there's people that I've known in high school or in the army or in any part of life before now that wouldn't recognize me today because I'm a very different person. Because if you, as humans, we're constantly changing, we're constantly developing, we're constantly growing, and I feel like you don't need to find a person who's gonna accept you just for you. You need to find a person that you can grow with and change with together because that's it. You're gonna continue growing for the rest of your life, and just a person that you can be yourself around. And I feel like that's the most liberating feeling in the world when you don't have to put on masks and you don't have to pretend to be someone that you're not. Because at the end of the day, we do have a lot of sides to us. Like I feel like I've been told so many times that I'm very different when I speak English to when I speak Hebrew, or
So
when I'm in Israel to when I'm in London. And it's sort of different places and different languages and different people bring out different sides of us. Like with my best friend, I can be so much more free. I feel like I don't need to wear a mask. I feel like I don't need to pretend or filter or worry, and I can just be myself with her and she'll accept it the way it is, and vice versa. So we're just like very free, very calm. And I feel like that's also another, a lot of times advice that people get is like try to, you know, like you come to the first date and don't bring this up, don't bring that up, and just be, try to bring your best self. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Just try to be your best self, not be yourself, be your best self. And I feel like that makes us, I don't know if that's considered a second dating advice, but I feel like that makes us put on masks and pretend to be someone that we're not, or try to put on a show or work too hard to get them to like us. Like on my first date with my boyfriend, I was like, I'm done with I'm done with dating shit and trying to be nice just or pretend to be someone that I'm not, or to filter myself. I'm like, I'm coming as I am. Like I'm coming and just being myself and just enjoying the evening and talking. And if he doesn't like that, then that's his issue, or just the wrong person for me. And it just ended up being amazing because right off the bat, we sort of started off just being ourselves and being comfortable and being. I know we said not to be ourselves, but like, or not to tell someone to be themselves, but it's
yeah,
just not. It's just not trying to always be perfect and to always be the best version of yourself because we can never be perfect. We can never be the best. Like we can, I mean, we're always at our best, no matter what. I feel like, I don't know. I'm rambling. Please stop me.
I will. I will. I'm sorry. That I feel what I'll add on to what I'll add on to what you just said is that yes, you don't want to talk about things or not talk about certain things, etc. You want to go there and be in the best possible condition that you
Hmm.
can. So if it's Friday night and you've had a really like tiring week and you got in a like argument with your mother or things like that, maybe that Friday night is not where when you want to be going on a first date.
Yeah.
And you can still go on the first date. It's just and be yourself and see how it goes. But you want to put yourself in the best conditions. So
Hmm.
not force yourself into being something that you're not, but just, maybe go
Yeah.
to the gym just before, maybe have a date on the Wednesday night or Saturday brunch and things like that. So that's, you don't want to force yourself to be anything else than who you are, but you want to put yourself in the best conditions. And the whole, we were saying, be yourself, don't be yourself, blah, blah, blah. If just to make it that much clearer, is that yes, you want to be yourself all the time, but that's not good advice. Saying be yourself
Hmm.
is the same as saying as telling someone, oh, you should calm down or be careful on the road. Well, obviously I should be calming down and I should be careful on the road. But what does that
Yeah.
mean? Well, calming down means you want to take yourself out of the situation, breathe deeply, count to 10, change the subject, drink a glass of water, accurate things. Being careful on the road means make sure that all of your tires are pumped correctly, follow the speed limit, make sure that your brakes are working, that's concrete advice. So be yourself does, it's the automatic reaction to put yourself in the best condition. Make sure that you are being honest with yourself. Make sure that you are always telling the truth. You know, all of these things. Make sure that you are not sick. Make sure that your mind is completely focused on the person
Hmm.
that you are with. It's these, it's the concrete advice that will lead to being careful on the road, calming down, and being yourself. And that doesn't work if you don't have the exact situation because you had a great first date with your boyfriend and now you've been together for a while, but because you were in great conditions. If you were kind of sick or frustrated with work and
Hmm.
things like that, you probably would have still gone on the date and still been yourself, just a different version.
Yeah.
And that's the whole difference. And me, what I do with people, so I have one client who asks for my help for his relationship but also for work and things like that, and there's like a whole rounded thing. But for work, when he wants to talk with his business partner slash boss type of situation, and is about to have a tough conversation, I tell him, okay, well, get before you have him on the phone, get everything done. Make sure that you've eaten. Make sure that you've taken this because I know that he'll be in the best possible conditions once he's done all of this because I've been talking to him.
Yeah.
What I think 8 months now, so I know him really well, and he's
Hmm.
like step by step things. So yeah, be yourself is just generic, and it's yeah, of course. Like, who is going to give advice saying pretend to be Michelle Obama? It's very silly. Very silly. Your turn.
Yeah. I just feel like again, it's like the matter of just not trying to put on a front or
Yeah,
coming and not filtering yourself and not, you know, trying to only focus on everything that you're good at or trying to show yourself in just one specific light. I feel like you just need to come and let go and just flow, let it flow naturally out of you
yeah,
without having to constantly worry, oh my god, what is he thinking about me, how is he looking at me, what am I how is he perceiving me, and how is he this and how is he that. We don't like, that's the problem when we start worrying constantly, like how are they seeing us and what are they thinking about us, And it's also another huge reason why I believe so much why it's so important to take time for yourself. So you get to know yourself, so you trust yourself, so you love yourself, so you're independent and strong, and you don't need other people's encouragement and support of who you are or your or their validation.
Yeah,
You need your own. And if they can't accept that, then again, it's just the wrong match, wrong, their issue, their problem, their loss. And and again, when you know yourself so well and when you're strong on your own and when you're strong with yourself, you're not as desperate to get them to like you.
exactly.
So,
And that's how you'll get the, and that's how you'll let go of the stupid, superficial things in life of just, does he earn enough money?
mm-hmm.
Is he good looking?
Oh,
And
yeah.
things like that. I mean, obviously you want physical attraction and financial stability, but you don't want to be
Yeah.
aiming for like a billionaire
Mm-hmm.
who's very handsome. And if you look at the billionaires, like they're not that good looking. They are
No,
people
they're not.
concentrated on their career and that's it. And that's not good or bad. It's just, we're not
Yeah.
looking for Christian Grey does not exist. Like we need to accept it.
No. Look, at the end of the day, and I learned this now with my boyfriend as well. I mean, he's a very good looking man. He's very tall and handsome and big, and we love it. But he's not my conventional taste that I would have normally gone for. And there's certain things that annoy me or certain things and I'm like, Ugh! But like I learned how to realize that at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It does like there's certain things that just like what like that's not what matters at the end of the day because it isn't about that. And I'm a huge believer in not coming with a grocery list to date. I don't have like an ABCD things that I'm looking for in a man. I'm having a feeling that I get with the person and how they and how we connect and how it flows and the chemistry and just how it feels to be around them. I'm not looking for an ABCD, and often we think we know what we want when we don't actually, and usually what we need is not what we think we want.
Yeah.
So
I think there's
kind of also letting go of those notions.
you want to, I agree. I think you want to tell yourself like what's the one key thing that you're looking for and what's the one
Mm-hmm.
key thing that you won't accept. So,
Yeah.
you know, somebody with kids or somebody who works out a lot or who travels or who's vegan or whatever.
Yeah.
Different, to each their own. You want to have the one thing that, I need this, but it's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to look something like, I want him to support me. I want him to understand this ambition. I want him to, the kind of more abstract. And then the red
Yeah.
flag is going to be something, I don't want, I don't know, a smoker or